How to record student engagement using the Class Engagement app in Q. The Class Engagement app is a new application that allows teachers to record engagements for their students. This new application resembles class attendance and can be easily accessed from within class attendance. We will now go to Q to access this new application. We will begin with submitting attendance and class attendance. Remember, if your students attended synchronous or asynchronous, they are marked present. So if they attended your Zoom, Google Meet, or completed assignments, you should mark the student present for the day. If they do not do any, then you can mark them absent. I'm going to mark a few students absent for today. I will then submit my attendance. After submitting my attendance, I will go to the link that will take me to the Class Engagement app. It is located here on the right, Class Engagement. Click on the link. This will take me to the Class Engagement app. The app is also available through the menu under Enrollment. You will find Class Engagement. Here in the app, you will see your class list along with the same features on the columns to the left as in class attendance. You will also see the attendance posted for the day by you or by the front office. The 4 areas that will need to be recorded before submitting this form are engagement, method, outcome, and number of minutes. The type of engagement, the method, and the number of minutes is what you, as a teacher, are offering for the day. There are some default options in place if you choose to use those. You must begin with type of engagement, referring to what you're offering to all your students, regardless of the attendance of the students. The 3 choices are the default, academic, virtual, and assignment and assessments, academic virtual, or academic assignments and assessments. Please note that here that the engagement type must be selected for all students before entering a method and outcome. We will be entering the default option. To apply this choice to all students, we will be using the downward blue arrow to autofill this type to all students. Now every student has an engagement type entered. Same procedure will be followed for the method. The default is synchronous, asynchronous. The other choices on the drop-down are synchronous only, asynchronous only, or in person, possibly to be used in the future. Again, this is what you're offering for the day to all students. To apply to all students, we're going to go ahead and use a downward blue arrow to autofill. And this will autofill for all students. The next column is outcome. The same procedure will apply. If the student is marked absent, they should be marked with not engaged. Please mark those first. We choose our 2 absent students. We will use a drop-down and choose not engaged. Once I've chosen not engaged for those students that are absent for the day, I can use the downward blue arrow to autofill the default of engaged to the rest of the students. For the number of minutes column you enter, this is the number of instructional minutes you are offering as a teacher. In the slides, you will find the breakdown of the instructional minutes. For TK and K, it's 180. For first through third, it's 230. For fourth through sixth, excluding DSA, is 240. For fourth through fifth for Del Sol Academy and sixth through eighth at Del Sol Academy, it's 240 or 80. For our secondary sites, it's 7th grade through 12th grade, 80 instructional minutes per period, or 20 for the days that you meet with your advisory. For Nova Vista High School, it will be 70 instructional minutes or 35 depending on the schedule. We go back to the number of minutes for this particular class. It is a 5th grade class. We are going to go ahead and enter 240 minutes of instructional time that you offered to all students regardless if they attended or not. I'm going to go ahead and use a downward blue arrow to autofill for all students. There is also a notes column where you can enter notes. It is not required, but it is available for use. You can do one general note and autofill to all students, or put in particular notes for the student. Once you have reviewed and have entered all 4 required areas, engagement, method, outcome, and number of minutes, you may hit submit. Now every student has an engagement. You cannot edit the engagement after you hit submit. You can, however, delete the engagement on the individual student by clicking on the red X. If you do so, please enter another engagement, method, outcome, and number of minutes for that student. If you need to go back a day or two, you will need to change the system date by going to the upper right-hand corner and clicking on the calendar icon. You can then go back to the date you know you missed. And when you click on the date and you see that the system date has changed to that date, you can then submit your class engagement for that day and then return to today's date. And that's how you record your student engagement using the class engagement app in Q.